Welcome everybody back to another official episode of Byte Size Balance. As y'all know, my name is Tavis. Today I have one of my close friends here. His name is Thomas. He's from the Charlotte area.
Originally, I'm from Alabama.
Okay.
I was actually born in Fayetteville here in North Carolina, but I moved to Alabama. So, yeah, I like to say I'm from Alabama.
All right, cool. Yeah, but you currently reside in the Charlotte area though, right?
Yep, area.
Yeah, so if you watching, make sure that y'all following us on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. The name is Byte Size Balance, or you can follow me on Instagram. My name on Instagram is tav___. So we're going to start off today introducing Thomas to you guys. We're going to talk about help desk, talk about a lot of IT topics and AI and how that's affecting in the world right now. Thomas, he's a cyber nerd like me, so we love to dig into different topics when it comes to AI and the way that technology is revolutionizing and everything going on at the end of 2025 now going into 2026. So first off, Thomas, how about you just give them a little background about yourself, man?
So my name is Thomas, of course. I'm from Alabama, now residing in the Charlotte area. I kind of been in tech without being in tech since I was a kid and stuff, trying to figure out how to put it back together. Always been the kid of the house where your parents say, hey, I need you to fix this. We're trying to watch a movie. But that's kind of always been me. I kind of got more into the cyber field around the COVID time. And I would say just from seeing people getting taken advantage of, like seeing like older relatives getting taken advantage of, you know, a lot more scammer calls. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all get scamming calls still right now. Like, yeah, just wanting to help like kind of resolve that issue, you know, just kind of being more of a detective. Yeah. Because I'm a Virgo too. So
nice.
There's that. So yeah, that's really it as far as how I kind of got into tech. But yeah.
Okay. And I think a lot of us, especially y'all millennials that all grew up around that area, we can all resonate with that as being growing up around technology, being the person in the family that had to work on a computer because, you know, our baby boomer parents, they couldn't really operate technology as good. And, you know, so I feel like that's how a lot of people got into IT and got interested in computers because since I can remember, I remember dial up, you know, the loud noises when you had to connect to the internet. You had to get off the phone.
Can I interrupt?
Go ahead.
So really, you know, I'm a music producer. So in the beginning, before YouTube, if anybody can remember those days, I don't do it anymore. I used to get pirated music, you know, because digital music has really only been a 15, 20-year thing. So before, everything was hardware. So I had to figure out a way how to get digital software. So I found a way on the internet how to get digital software. But in the midst of that, you had to learn how to install it. So once I downloaded the software, there was a lot of times where the computer would crash. And that's kind of what
got LimeWire with all them little BitTorrent sites.
Yeah,
boy.
Well, that's why I'm like rewinding back because I'm like, really? Yeah. That's kind of how it really started for me.
Fruity Loops.
Yeah, trying to get FL Studio, yeah. And boy, when I tell you I broke about 17 computers. Yeah, it took me a long time before I was like, okay, I can't do that. I know how to do this. I ended up doing system recovery. Yep. You used to have to find the disk to do the system. Yep. You couldn't. There was no software to do it. You had to have the actual physical disk. So yeah, it was. That's kind of how I got into it too. Just from way back when of just fiddling around, messing with pirated software. So yeah.
Yeah, young kids that's watching that don't know about that. Software recovery was an old Windows desktop computers. It was like a disk, and you put it in there, and it'll pretty much wipe your whole computer. And if you had a virus or any type of crazy software up there that was causing issues, it'll just pretty much reset your computer from the jump. So a lot of y'all young people might not know about that.
You can have ransomware on there. You put that system recovery disk in there, it's coming off immediately, for sure.
So I know you've been in IT for a while now. I know you work for a healthcare company. I just want you to talk a little bit more about that. What made you choose IT? Just tell me a little bit about your day-to-day at work and the type of tasks that you do while you're on the job.
All right. So first, I would say I did not like my last job, which we'll go into that later on. But I got kind of an aviation background. and I kind of hated working at the airport. So, you know, I had already knew I was going to get into tech. I just didn't know how. I had seen all of the content creator video. Oh, get into cybersecurity and do this, make $100,000 in 26 minutes. You know, I seen all the gaslit videos, and I bought into it though.
Yeah,
I bought into it, and man, I was like, all right, I'm at work right now. I got to figure out how to, like, what's the first step? And a lot of people don't want to work help desk.
right.
And I was like, well, I got to start somewhere. So I just started applying. Like, I started rage applying, and I came across a company that needed help and ended up getting a job. And starting there, I thought it would be just like a bunch of calls, changing passwords, but where I work, it's more than just help desk. Like, it's help desk mixed with a little bit of security, mixed with a little bit of networking, mixed with a little bit of talking to VIP employees,
C-suite employees.
You got to have some really good soft skills. Know who you're talking to.
Tell them how important soft skills is inside of in general.
Woo. If you can't explain it, like, you don't, and I don't want to just say you don't know how to do it, but having soft skills and being able to, like, explain things in a way that everybody can understand it, and being able to talk to people and, you know, be face to face and be a people person, that means everything than just being able to do a good job.
Right.
They, like, you still have to, like, mingle in with people and be like, hey, nice to meet you. My name is blah, blah, blah. You can't just be in there, I'm here to do a job, and then that's it. Like, people gonna be like, who the heck was that? But, you know, I think soft skills is really, like, looking back, I would say soft skills is like 60-70% more important than actually, I don't want to say than more than knowing how to do the job, but it's just as important, if not more important than knowing how to do the job. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with that, guys. And like he was saying, soft skills is half of the work. So you have to know how to communicate properly. You have to know how to present yourself in a professional manner, and you have to know how to talk to people in a way that isn't the way you would typically talk around your friends. Okay. And that's really important when you're pursuing a career path like this. You know, a lot of people don't know how to talk to people. A lot of people talk the same way they do around their friends as they do in a work environment. And that can really be a detriment to your career if you're trying to progress and you're trying to be looked at as professionals. So soft skills are very important. And like you said, the tech skills are important. We're not saying that the tech skills aren't important.
Right.
We're just saying that the soft skills are just as important, especially when you get in the door.
Right, if not more.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, on a day-to-day, for me, the first thing I do, I'm normally like the first person active at the job. So, because I started at 7. I'm taking calls early, looking at old tickets, trying to get people, that same person who opened up 50 million tickets who never respond back, to try to get them on the line. And just seeing kind of like what needs to be done, really look at the ticket queue. Normally, it's cool until about 8. Once 8 comes around, that's when you get your daily calls from people who call every day about the same, oh, I'm locked out. How do I make a contact list in Outlook? How do I, you know, all the things that's Googleable that you can just go ahead and do for them real quick and go on about your day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, that's like, I say half of it. The other half is we go out in the field. We may install a computer, may install a monitor, go look at a printer, go see what's wrong with it. That's really most of it, besides getting blamed for stuff we didn't do. That's about it, you know?
So it doesn't sound like you're in a traditional IT help desk role. Like, a lot of times when you start into these roles, they have you doing more than just help desk, because it sounds like that's more of like a field tech, field engineer / help desk, because you said y'all go out and do hardware, install systems.
Trace cables to the switch. Yeah, like all that type of stuff.
You say you imaging computers and all of that. That's, you know, mid-level sysadmin stuff, if we keeping it real.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, that's definitely a lot of the skills that you can lean on when you land these type of roles to, you know, further your career. So it was another question that I wanted to ask you. So since you're in the field and you actually know how it is, what's a common misconception or a common misunderstanding that people have about the support?
That's a really good question. I think the biggest misconception is I'm gonna tell you something that I learned. IT support is one of those things that if you get one question wrong, people think you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like for the remainder of your whole career, like people will judge you based off that one thing. From the outside looking at it, it's just like,
because I feel like when people see IT people, they feel like, man, y'all ain't doing nothing but sitting behind the screen. Like, you know, like, y'all
it looks like it.
You're working though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's just that they think that it's okay. So when I say outside looking in, I'm talking about the people looking to break into tech.
Okay.
They think help desk needs to be skipped. Like they think they're not learning enough for that next role or for the ending role that they're trying to get to.
Right.
So I think that the biggest misconception is you're going to learn way more probably in that help desk role than you're probably going to learn at the end goal for like the end route.
Right.
You're, like all of the stuff that you do in the help desk, it matters. Mm-hmm. That's going to prepare you for your next role, whether you think it is or not. Like I think based on the things that I've learned here, and maybe it's confirmation bias for me, but just like kind of like how we were speaking, some people will degrade the CompTIA A+. And I'm like, well, if you're green, what are your foundation lies on? You know what I mean? So I think that's one of those things that, well, I'm one of those people that you can't skip the process. You got to go through the process. There are no shortcuts. There are for some people, not for me. I just think the easier you get it, the quicker you lose it. You know what I'm saying? So if you go through the road, go through the process, embrace the journey, it's going to be hard times. It's going to be easy times. You just got to understand that help desk is literally to help you. Help you get to, it's supposed to be a stepping stone. Like I wouldn't want to, no shade to anybody who's still want to work help desk for 20 years, but that's not, but I got more ambition than that. So I think that's the biggest misconception is just not taking advantage of what the role has to offer in help desk, especially if you don't have any experience.
Yeah. And I agree because a lot of these people, they think like, okay, the way the media portrays it is, all right, I'm going to just get my security plus, I'll make $100,000 as soon as I jump into tech. It's not like that. You got a majority of people, not saying that that doesn't happen because it does, but for the majority of people, that's not how it works. Majority of people work their way up from a help desk type role. In my case, it was an IT technician type role. Learn those skills and then gradually progress. That's how you hit that 6-figure mark. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to jump straight into compliance and GRC now. Like, yeah, it's not as technical, but you still have to understand technical systems if you're implementing those controls with those cybersecurity frameworks. Because if you don't understand exactly what an identity and access control is, what a physical security control is, what these frameworks are talking about, then you're not going to be able to do the job efficiently. So it's always good to get that foundational knowledge. And you said you don't believe people should skip the A+. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think so. Even the people that think they know about computer, most of us use like Windows Home Edition. Yeah. Most of us we're not using Windows Enterprise. We're not doing anything like above Home Edition or Windows Pro. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you have to put in the admin and password, they gonna be like, oh, what do I do next? Yeah. You need to attain those skills to understand what's going on in an enterprise environment. So I think that's the biggest thing. But A+ is like just knowing the basics. Like prime example, I talk to people every day. They're like, oh, I'm running out of storage. My computer's going so slow. When I log in, when I remote into their computer, the RAM is max, like they got like 15 Google Chromes open. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no more memory for you to do anything. Like you need to exit out some of this stuff. It has nothing to do with the storage. Yeah. But that's common A+ knowledge. Like, you know, you need to know what you're talking about whenever you're talking to people. I'm just saying, like, if you don't know that, then you're not gonna know what to look for. I mean, of course you could just do it through experience, but no, I think you need to actually put in a little bit of work and understand how the machine actually works, because it actually works like a brain. So you recommending to, say, somebody that just got out of high school and they say, hey, man, I want to get it in IT. What is the steps that you would tell them to get a help desk position? Get that A+, huh? No, I wouldn't just say just flat out get the A+. Yeah. I just think I need to know where they are. What's their baseline? Mm-hmm. What do you know how to do already? You know what I mean? What are your current skills? And then based on that, okay, A+ or not, you're going to have to go out and possibly meet some people too. Like networking is always a good thing. It is. And
we met.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We met at a cybersecurity event. So I think networking is a good thing. But for help desk, so here's the thing, right? It's all kind of contradictory, because somebody say you need A+, somebody say you don't need A+. Some people say you don't need help desk. Some people say you do need help desk. Some people say you don't need certs. Like, you need certs, you need experience. They're all relative. You really can't have one without. I mean, you can, but you kind of can't.
Yeah.
So I would say just really apply and figure out what you want to do, because at some point, in my opinion, help desk probably won't exist. As we know, AI starting to take over.
Yeah.
It's kind of like fast food workers. Like, yeah, they always need workers, but at some point, we're kind of probably not going to need you at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like the Taco Bell behind my house, there's like maybe 2 or 3 people in there during rush hour. And then when I pull up to the drive-thru, I say, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. And the whole AI gets it right every time. I tried to mess it up on purpose. It gets it right every time. You literally don't talk to somebody unless you like, hey, that's not my order.
That's
and then
crazy.
they're like, okay, I'll direct you to the cashier or whatever. And then they seem like super agitated that you have to talk to them. Yeah. But other than that, I don't think it's necessary, but I think if you don't have anything, it'll be necessary. And I think the best way to get it is to really just put in some type of work, get a certificate, do a course, learn some of the smaller things on YouTube, ticketing systems, just how to, Active Directory, how to change a password, what Active Directory is, like small things of that nature. Once you do that, then I think you're ready for a help desk position. Just learn a little bit more about how to verify people too. But other than that, I think that's what I kind of did. I did course careers.
Okay.
And I did a little help desk thing.
A little course they had on there?
Yeah, it was just a little help desk course. And I think that'll help the next person looking to get into tech. Only if you're willing to do whatever to get in. You know what I'm saying? Some people like, I ain't doing all that. So you got to put in some type of work. And regardless of what these content creators say, oh, you could do this in this amount of, if they telling you could do something in a certain amount of days, it's a lie. Do not buy into it. They're getting you, they're emotionally manipulating you to click on the link. Like, do not do it. Like, for real. I can't tell you how many times, oh, you want to get a help desk job making $85,000? Do this one thing. Lies. It's not gonna happen like that. Only way it's gonna happen is if you put in the work. That's really it.
Yeah, it is a lot of fluff out there on the internet when it comes to the IT space. And it's just being able to weed through those and being able to find the people that's authentic and the people that's going to genuinely tell you what it is. People that's trying to sell you skills rather than trying to sell you promises. I feel like those are if you're going to pick somebody, those are the people that are better to go with.
That's big.
Selling people dreams, it'll make them money fast, but majority of people are just going to end up being disappointed. I'm not saying that people don't randomly all right, land a cybersecurity role. Like, yeah, it does happen.
People hit the lottery all the time.
Yeah, exactly. But majority of the people don't, and you have to get those reps and you got to put that work in so you can get to where you're trying to go.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So what is it like, how do you balance school, work, and your personal life? Because I know you're in WGU, right? What program you in?
Cybersecurity and Information Assurance.
He goes to WGU. Shout out to WGU. Shout out to all my night owls. I finished my master's degree earlier this year.
That's big, man.
I appreciate it. So how do you balance school, work, and a personal life? Because I know you have a family as well.
Yep.
So let's talk about that.
It's hard, man. It's hard. Like, I'm a family guy. I love my kids to the death. I spend most of my time. If I don't pick up the phone, I'm probably with my kids. We probably doing something. Yeah. So it's really about when you get to like this kind of level in your life where you have kids, a full-time job, wife, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff. You have to like start prioritizing. All right, I got 8 hours of work, 9 hours of work. How many hours do I want to give my kids? How many hours do I give my school, even though it's self-paced? Like, and it might be a difficult course, you know what I mean? Where you actually have to put in some hours, like, all right. Because we all know, like, WGU is like, you're going to have to teach yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to teach yourself. You might have some labs or whatever, but majority you're going to have to teach yourself. So you're going to have to really sit there and listen to I always copy and paste. You ever heard of, like, I think it's called Speechify? Yeah,
I know Speechify.
Yeah, so I have to listen to my course like that because I hate sitting and just reading. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so yeah. I just try to prioritize it, man. I try to give everybody a fair amount of time And my family know where I'm at with school. Like, my girl, I hate school with a passion. The only reason why I got in school is because I had nothing else to do at the time. I'm like, man, WGU don't sound that bad. Let me just hop in here. Hopped in there and was like, oh my. The first 2 semesters, zooming through. Then I started getting into network plus this. Man, I took that class 3 times. You might hit a slump, not to mention like normal things like depression, happiness, that stuff. It take a toll on you. So it's really just trying to stay focused. And I'm able to look at my kids and be like, all right, I got to do this for you. Yeah. I got to do it for me. Got to do it for you. Got to do it for her. And, you know, that normally like kind of elevate my mood and elevate my will to just go ahead and knock it out. So it don't get too overbearing at times. You know what I'm saying? Plus, being at work, seeing engineers there and they like, hey, man, you need to do this. You need to do this. That keep me motivated, too. So, you know.
That's good. And it is hard balancing. And even me, like, I'm single. I don't have kids, but it's still, like we talk about on some of the past episodes, time management is important. Because time is the only thing we don't get back. Because you got to think, like I was saying, you're going to sleep 6 to 8 hours. That's a big chunk of your day right there. And then if you got a family, you got to tend to them, make sure you're giving them attention. You got to eat. You got to work out. You got to take care of your body. And then if you piling stuff on top of that, that 24 hours, it trickles down pretty fast.
Sorry, I was saying you wish you had more time.
Exactly. 24 hours really ain't enough time. It's really not a lot of time when you're really thinking about it. So you got to, you know, execute whenever you can and, you know, get little wins on days when you got a little extra time to move forward.
Yep.
So how important do you think labbing or like hands-on practice or like home projects and stuff like that is in IT?
So I think this boils down to how you like to learn and why you're doing it. Like, are you doing this to get a job? Are you doing this just to show somebody else you can do it? Or are you doing it to learn the material? Because it's like this. When I have an avionics degree, right? You can read a book and learn how to fly a helicopter through a book. When you get into the helicopter, are you going to remember everything you read or are you going to remember everything you did? Yeah. That somebody taught you. So that's kind of like, for me, that's how I like to learn. I like to learn by doing.
Me too.
Once you start doing, the more you do is like the more you learn. Not so much the more you learn, the more you do. The more you learn, the less likely you're going to do because you're overwhelmed most of the time because you know too much. So I think for me, I just like to do, man. Like, I think it's very important because you might start going off in another direction that you wasn't even familiar with at the time. So that's what kind of like started helping me look in the cloud just by doing certain stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I never even thought about going. Let me just, you know, I might be on Try Hack Me. They might pull up a, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, you know, lo and behold, another door opens. What about you, though?
Yeah, I mean, labbing is very important. Like I said, right now, I'm doing stuff at the house right now, diving more deeper into Defender for 365, and it's very important. And, you know, other IT personnel that I've brought on the show has also said the same thing. And you got to take that time aside to actually do that if you really want to sound like you know what you're talking about in interviews and to land those roles, because hands-on is the most
critical.
Hands-on thinking is going to stick way more than just you reading text. So I agree with that.
Yeah, I definitely need more lab work though.
So we're going to kind of change the pace here a little bit. So we're talking about, I saw you talking about AI and how that's changing everything and stuff like that. I like that hat you got on too, Dad GPT. Yeah, I just noticed that. That's crazy though. Yeah, so how do you think the innovation of AI right now in the world is going to affect everything, and how is it changing IT support work? And what part of the jobs do you think can be replaced and can't be replaced by AI? And then just kind of dive into the direction that you think AI is going to take the world in right now.
All right. So I'm a little dyslexic, so I'm going to kind of answer that backwards.
Okay.
So in my opinion, the year 3050.
Okay.
I think that if somebody was to fly to planet Earth, they're going to just see a planet full of nobody, but everything just running itself. Everything will eventually just run itself. There will be no need for us. Now, how we got off the planet, that's a whole different conversation. So let's rewind back to the beginning of the question. All right. So when I was truck driving, I had my first load from Charleston, South Carolina to California. I went to an Amazon
trip.
It's a very long trip. You have to be very, very mentally there to do that. When I first got to Amazon, I noticed that there was probably like maybe 2 people in the whole warehouse in California. That is that warehouse is bigger than Atlanta Airport. I seen robots taking the freight off, the truck, or the trailer. So that right there kind of like let me know, okay, lower level jobs, you might get your job taken. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to anyone who's working in a warehouse, but
this is reality.
It's just reality. Like, from being a waiter or, something like that, you might get your job taken. Very high chance you might get your job taken. But I think things like pen testers, there are AI things that can help pen testers out. But I think trying to rely on AI to defeat another AI I think that's kind of like out of the question. In my opinion, I just think from what I know now, I don't think it would be feasible to try to use AI and combat another AI because it just wouldn't make sense to me. But system admin always been using kind of like code and stuff to do a whole bunch of stuff. So, I mean, I don't think it'll take over a lot of jobs, but I think more so of the at least for the next 5 years, I don't think it'll take none of the critical IT job. I think help desk is still critical just a little bit, like I was saying earlier, but
because help desk, especially when you're on the phone a lot, people need that end-to-end human contact. That's what people don't realize. Like, especially when you on the phone and you may be talking to somebody that's older or something like that, or that's like an exec that's picky or something like that. And I like to see how AI handles some of these attitudes that people give it, and being able to some people have distinct accents that you can't even really understand, and AI might not even be able to understand. So not saying it won't get to that, but AI still got a long way to go. So don't get discouraged about getting into tech and getting into IT right now, because at the same time, a lot of those skills are still needed, and a lot of people need human to human contact. Absolutely. And in certain industries, especially like fintech, like financial companies like Bank of America and all of that, a lot of those companies still haven't implemented AI into their workforce, into their work processes, because of that sensitive information that deals with money and all of that, and giving third-party companies like OpenAI access to their data and stuff like that, like stuff that you got to keep top secret.
That's a lot.
At the same time, like, AI is good, but we still got a little while before it takes over completely. And, by that time, I feel like people can have built up enough skill to at least move into a high role, or at least study AI so that you're the person that knows how to leverage those prompts and leverage those technologies to help people more.
But I'm thinking now that you said something earlier, which was the older generation. I remember, speaking with my dad, like way before Facebook was even like really, he told me that he was like, I never have to use an email. Okay. And I was like, all right. And, later on, he eventually asked me what was that email he made me. But it's funny you said something about the older generation, because I think the generations to come is eventually the ones that's going to get lazier, if that makes sense. And then eventually they'll get phased out. And I'm saying that to say, currently at my job, we install kiosks.
Yeah.
So currently at our job, we install a kiosk to help out the front desk workers.
Sorry, we had an interruption there. Yeah, go ahead.
So currently at our job, we install kiosks to help the front desk workers. From what I was told, and this was only 2 days ago, like from what I was told, majority of only the older generations have a problem with the kiosk. Like they're like, oh, you're not doing nothing behind the desk. Yeah, I don't want to do all this. And they're like, hey, why I help you do it? They're like, no, I don't want to do it. I want you to do it. So I think, like, to your point, like it affects that older generation so much more than us. That's more of a reason to get into tech, because you still have people that's being taught from the older generation to be more human to human, and all of that type of stuff.
Because like you said, the person who says they want you to do AI ain't gonna be able to do that.
Correct.
So that person would have been SOL pretty much.
Yeah, correct. That's not it. AI isn't a good reason to not get into tech. You know what I mean?
For sure.
This ain't even a ticket. This is just like some of the random stuff that we get calls for.
That's exactly what we don't do.
That's exactly what we don't do.
Yeah.
Changing light bulbs. Mounting a TV. You know what I mean? Man, I don't know. It's so many weird things to try to think of at one time that we get calls for, bro. Yeah. My manager can confirm this. My manager can confirm it too. No lie, like nothing is surprising anymore. I can't think of nothing else off the top of my head. I'll tell you that after the show. For sure.
Cool.
The funniest one I would really have to tell you after the show. But yeah.
So what are your next steps in your career, man? What type of direction do you want to go in, say within the next year or so when it comes to tech?
My direction would be, I got like 4 directions. Security, network, cloud, or AI.
Okay.
That's really the only things I see myself doing.
Sleep on network. And I had a network engineer and a network architect up here, and I still want my CCNA. I tell y'all that all the time.
I want it too, but man, from the stories that I heard.
Yeah, I took it once and I failed it, actually, but I got to take it again.
Yeah, I want to get into networking just so I still feel like I don't have I want to know everything, the ins and outs. You know, like that's the only way I feel comfortable a lot of times talking about things is if I know like the legit ins. I mean, you're not going to know everything, right?
No, but I know the dude who I brought on last week, he knows everything, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay, well, hey.
And yeah, he's a senior network architect.
Okay.
But man, you're right. He don't know everything, but he's been in it like over 20 years, so he knows.
He knows everything. Keep it at 8.
Yeah,
ain't nothing you can slip
even
past
him, he's still learning, bro. He said, "Yeah, I'm always reading up and trying to, learn new things," and so that mean it's never ending. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's me. I would love security and network. Those are my first 2 options. It doesn't even matter what it is. I just want to get in there and learn as much as possible. That's just what kind of person I am. Like, if you give me the right information, I'm going to learn it.
What's up.
To the best of my ability. The AI on the back end, I just feel like you should be learning that at home anyways. If you're not using that in your daily tasks, you probably like at least 2 or 3 years behind right now. Because I use ChatGPT, Claude, Midjourney.
You use all that?
Man, what?
Yeah, okay.
Oh my goodness. Thomas. Yeah, I go crazy. I use it with my music.
Yeah. Can you make AI beats?
What? Yeah.
People already doing that, ain't they?
I do it right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Suno. Yeah, absolutely. You got Suno. I use another plugin called Spawn.
Yeah.
It literally detects it doesn't detect the chord or the key of the actual record, but you can change the key and it'll automatically create a chord progression or just notes or whatever. And you could just drag the MIDI directly to the playlist and make whatever you want to make. So yeah, you got that. Suno, you can actually prompt what you want it to do. So you can it's like ChatGPT. You can actually say, hey, I want bass guitar, sinister sounding pianos,
and it'll actually be a good beat.
Man, so you can keep generating it until it sounds.
The way you want it.
You can change the style or the weirdness or the influence. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's. I'll let you hear some afterwards. It's like that.
Yeah, but I know about Midjourney because I got the Nano Banana Pro. That's the one where you can make like a real live passport with that junk. What? You can make a passport with it. Like you can put anybody's face on a passport. You can make like a driver's license that look mad legit. Like if you send it to somebody, it's gonna look just like a North Carolina driver's license. I'll show you some pictures of it.
Does it scan like one? Does it scan like one?
I don't think it'll scan like one, but if you was just sending it to somebody for verification, bro, that junk looks smack like it. Woo. And it like, it's kind of scary. Like, and I said, that's all I was saying. I feel like eventually with AI, bro, they're gonna have to start tagging what's AI material and what's not AI material. Like the government gonna have to implement a law like that because you can trick anybody now. Just like if it's a picture or a video and it's something wild, you automatically gotta assume, is this AI? Like, so it's really got a...
Don't they have like something that you can...
They got AI detectors you can run pictures through. And, they got AI, like, for written text, they got AI detectors on that. But some of that is BS because it's not really accurate. Because, like I said, when I was doing my WG program, I wrote a paper all from my mind. And then I ran it through AI detector. They told me it was AI. Exactly. See a picture online and you feel special about it, screenshot it, and it's like a site you can go through. And just upload that picture to it, and it'll tell you if it's AI or not.
That's like everything. I have to tell my parents this all the time. You have to go through it and make sure it is what it is. Because, you know, even the pages, you got to go through and look at the pages. Not only that, like in the comment section, you have to be careful who you're responding to, because some people are just literally talking to bots.
That's what I was talking about. Look at them passports and them receipts. That's what the Nano Banana Pro can do.
I use that for graphic design.
It's neat. Cause I want to do like some AI content. I'm gonna start making with it, where it's like you can put like you know, like the photo strings. I'm gonna have like a dude breaking into IT, like him working a warehouse job. Him like, I already got the pictures. I'm gonna post it though, and you know, but yeah, you'll see it. But yeah, Nano Banana Pro. Shout out to them. Y'all got some breaking edge technology.
That's
cool. But what we looking like on time, Ralph?
46.
All right, we got a little bit more time.
Okay.
Let's see. But yeah, bro, this AI getting crazy.
Oh yeah, I got you.
That shit sounds like.
I'm gonna let you hear as soon as we finish. I got some. It's on my Instagram right now.
Oh, you made a beat with it?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
Man, I'll chop a sample and legit, I'll chop it in a way that Suno can't even recognize it. So they don't even recognize it as, you know what I'm saying, copywritten material. So once that happens, I might change the pitch, might change, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Upload it in there, and it's already in the format I want it. So once I say add this, add a baseline, whoop, you might hear the original material in the background, but it's kind of like filtered, and you kind of, the average person ain't gonna be able to pick that up. Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to pick that up. Yeah, it's something slick for sure.
That's crazy.
100%.
So what is one mistake do you think beginners make when they trying to get into IT?
Limiting themselves and thinking they know more than they do.
Mm-hmm.
I think my biggest mistake is really not speaking up enough.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the type of person, I don't want to come off like I seem like I know everything.
Right.
I'd rather say, oh, I didn't know that. And that whole time I did know that, but I just want to see what you know so I can add it to my catalog. Because I don't try to outshine the master. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I let people have their...
That's a...
yeah.
Order law. I don't know which one is it. Order laws of power.
So yeah, I don't do that, man. One of my faults too is sometimes at times I do speak up, or then like sometimes like in interviews I buffer a lot, man. Like, and I think it's just from having ADHD. I be buffering like bad. Like I've been asked by the engineering team to like, hey, do you know where to get these logs from? And I'll be like, I know exactly where to get them from, and I'll be like, I can't. Yeah, like I buffer a lot, and I think that hurts me as well. But I think a lot of people, beginner wise, they start by either thinking they know too much, or they limit themselves. Like same thing like we were saying earlier, like people want to skip help desk and just get straight to the most technical role ever, and it's like,
you know what I've been doing lately though?
What's that?
I've been doing mock interviews with ChatGPT.
Really?
So put the job description in the ChatGPT, and then say, act as a hiring manager and give me a mock interview, grade my answers. You can put the job description inside of ChatGPT and then ask it to act as an interviewer for that role and say, grade my answers 1 through 10. And then afterwards, give me a summary on how I can improve my answers. And you know, you can talk to ChatGPT like a regular person. So it's going to ask you similar questions that you might hear in the interview.
Yeah.
And then you drill them questions. By the time the interview come, you're going to at least heard something similar to what they asking you.
True.
And it's going to tell you how to edit, how to make it sound more professional.
That's true.
Yes.
That's a lot of sauce right there, though.
It is. I need to charge off for that, but it's okay. But
just hit the like button. For sure.
But yeah, bro, man, we got to use these AI tools, man, because like you said, like you saying, even with the beat making and stuff, like, bro, like if we don't use them, then the people who are using them are going to be the people winning. So don't be scared to dip and dive into different technologies, different type of AIs and stuff like that, because the people who know how to use it, those are the people who are going to be ahead, you know?
100%, man. It's, you know, I think a lot of people just using ChatGPT, they don't really understand. It's like using the internet and all you know about is Google.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's only, you're barely scratching the surface on what it can really do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely look at how it works, what it can actually do, how dangerous it is. You need to know about all of it, because it is super dangerous. It is dangerous.
It is.
And it's very fun too. You know what I mean? The most dangerous things are fun. So it's definitely one of those things. Like I was looking at a LinkedIn learning thing, and I seen that the way that they can just generate a dog is just by looking at like going through billions of pictures of like the same dog or like different dogs, and they're able to tell by a pixel, like just a small pixel, what kind of dog it is.
That's crazy.
I'm like, how is that? Like my mind just could not conceive that. I'm like, how is that possible? Just to look like a dot, literally a dot, and they're like, it's this kind of dog.
But you gotta think, it's drawing from everything that's on the internet.
Right.
So any image on Google, any video on YouTube, any type of thing, it's pulling all the information to one source and just making its version.
It's just crazy, man. I'm like, I don't understand. I still can't process it, but yeah, it's pretty cool though, for sure.
I asked you what your next steps was. Okay, being a black man working in tech, man. Well, I know I had some experiences, but at the same time, I can't really say that I had a lot of any negative experiences. But, just, being a black man growing up and then, getting into tech, like, what is there some advice you would give, like, young black guys coming in? Like, when it comes to that?
Well, this is an onion question. So many layers. Well, I'll say this. Being that I'm from Alabama, I receive things a little differently.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing is, it's kind of like, not even just in tech, but you kind of know how it is. When certain color, people expect you to be
a certain way.
And then, I'm like 6'3", 6'4", 250 pounds. So, yeah, I got a goatee, big black guy. So I'm already perceived as aggressive before people even get
you gonna think that about us.
off the dribble. So I already know what comes with the territory. Yeah. You have to be very mindful of what you say, of how you joke. And you gotta know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta know what you like. In these interviews, if you don't know what you're talking, if you give a lick of sense that you don't know what you're talking about, you're probably not gonna get hired, to be honest. And I don't want to just say that's for black. I mean, because that's kind of for anybody. If you kind of give a little hint off, you don't know what you're talking about, people are going to challenge that.
Yeah.
But it just feels a little different because of the Fahrenheit that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just because you don't know people' true intentions, people agendas of how they really feel about you.
Yeah.
How... yeah, that's kind of how I feel. It's just like you don't know how people really feel until things actually hit the fan, and then you like, oh, whoa, I didn't know. But like, so earlier this year I got a raise, right?
Nice.
My manager was telling me, yeah, for sure, I appreciate it. My manager was telling me, he was like, bro, I think you'll be a great IT manager. He's like, but sometimes you do come off a little combative. And he was like, that's from one black man to another. Like, you do come off a little combative.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Because it's not that I'm combative. I be passionate. Like, if you believe in something, you're passionate, you're gonna speak up for it. Like, so it's not that, especially if it don't make sense.
Exactly.
If it don't make sense, I'm like, why are we doing this?
You're gonna speak up on it.
The biggest thing, I think, if you understand where you are and understand, like, it's not, the floor isn't always yours to speak. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some things you just gotta let ride. Like, you can't have an opinion about every single thing. You gotta let it ride. Like, sometimes it's like learning, it's like being in a relationship. You gotta pick your battles, bro.
Yeah.
You can't just, okay, this person dropped a dirty napkin on the floor. They did it 5 times. You gonna start arguing about it all 5 times? Sometimes you just got to pick it up and throw it in the trash. Oh, well, that's them. You know what I'm saying?
My advice to the people, like black people getting into tech, man, like, you don't have to conform to the stereotypes, and just being professional, carrying yourself, because your character is going to speak louder than your skin color. And I feel like, when you show people that you are articulate, when you show people that you are educated, when you show people that you are a civilized person, majority of people will look past that. Some people that might not, but majority of people, in my experience, will look past that once they realize that you don't fit the general stereotype of black guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's a negative stereotype, but y'all know.
It is.
Y'all know the
people look
negative
just ghetto
stereotypes.
sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. like y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So, it is what it is, but y'all just take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, for sure.
So
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's how we're going to end it, man. Thomas, you always know I enjoy talking to you, man. We call each other here and there. We always chop it up. This is, if I wouldn't have gotten IT, I would have never met Thomas, because like he was telling y'all, we met at a cybersecurity event.
I think we was following each other on LinkedIn already, and we just so happened I seen you post it, and then somebody had sent it to me, and I'm like, wait a minute, he going? I'm like,
No, but Henri, we was both in his.
Oh,
he
that's
was our
right.
mentor.
That's
Shout
right.
out to
That's
Henri.
right.
Shout out to Tech Tool.
Yep. Shout
But
out to him. Yep.
and he was like, yeah, another guy I work with, he going to the tech conference in Raleigh.
That's
Then
exactly how it
we
happened,
tapped
yeah.
in, and then we linked up, and then we've been buddies ever since.
History from there.
Yeah, God, that's the power of networking. You know, the connections that you make, and
Shout out to Henri, man.
Yeah, shout out to
my
Henri.
resume, man. Plenty of times. So have you.
yeah, man,
Plenty of times. I really appreciate that, man.
for sure. Yeah, shout out to Tech Tool Consulting, man. Byte Size Balance out here in North Carolina, man.
sure.
So y'all make sure y'all follow his platform as well. So, but yeah, that's how we gonna wrap it up, man. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up?
Maybe not for this episode. We'll come back with something.
Yeah, we'll have you back on, man.
Yeah. Maybe I have another role by then. Yo.
And like everybody know, y'all know how we do it here. Thank you everybody for watching. Again, make sure y'all following us on all social media, following us on Instagram. Thomas, where can they find you at?
My Instagram is SDG Authentic, and my TikTok is Eat Play Tech TV.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. So y'all drop that follow. Y'all leave a comment down in the comment section, and y'all share the video, and we out. All right.